have you ever like, did you look around the room of everyone who was in that room? And I will just, I'm not going to say what I said to her on air, but I was like, you understand, like you watched The Housewives, you've known Kim D. Like, did you understand what was going on in that room that night? And, you know, I mean, this is your address, right? And then I read her address because Kim had her address. And this girl was shaking. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how scared you are. You bet that car better be in motion right now. And like the Louis arrived, and I'm like, and then the old guy at the restaurant was like, do you want to arrest it? You just got scared when I told you that story. Listen.
Yeah, because look, I know it was growing up Gotti in that room, and I don't want any trouble.
And I'm like, listen, I was like, honey, this is like, these are my friends. Like, this is out of my hands now. This is out. I'm like, I'm here as it was so good cop, bad cop. I'm like, I'm on your side. Like, I don't want nothing on my hands, but if this doesn't come back, these are people that won't listen to me because they have my back. And I mean,
you got the Louis back.
And I was like, wait, and before we go, I just need to clarify, this is your exact address, right? I read her address like 3 times. And she was like, oh. And I'm like, I don't really want to hear it, you dumb bitch. Like, you stole, like, this was like a hour long. She wanted my purple and pink Louis.
Wow.
And, yeah. And I was like, literally, can I mail? I was like, you cannot mail anything. So 3 days later, I'm like, you're getting arrested. But then I went over the room. I was like, let me explain who was in the room and let me explain how that's going to work. See, you're getting scared. Right. Well, this is, so there you go, everyone. That's a story. That's a true story. So I shared a little something, but that's, I think, the appeal of New Jersey. I think that's part of the appeal. And then the other day I was watching and they're playing this music and I'm like, they play like this scary music with like Teresa. And then like even Dolores is in it this season being like, Jennifer, stop crying. Like, I just think, I don't know. I think it's going to be, and this isn't me, like, just, I think the ratings are going to be good on New Jersey. I think it's, we have this big scene coming up where Teresa shoves all the glass at Margaret. And I don't know. It's just Teresa's table flip is iconic. And now we have this. It's like, I think it's going to be a good season. I do. I mean,
oh my God.
What?
I'm trying to find ratings on Housewives of OC. And it's weird. They're much harder to come up with.
I mean, I wouldn't know that if it wasn't for my good friend Miss Dodd, and she's like gloating over there and posting them. I mean, I don't know. I still don't hate the OC this season. A lot of other people do. Noella is hard for me to watch personally. That's it. That's my only criticism. And
the most recent article I can find, which is fascinating, is what you said about Andy Cohen, basically tweeting at Kelly. Look at the delayed ratings, not live. That's what's measured.
Right. And she's like, and then Rick jumped. She was like, you dumb bitch. She said something like that. Like, my husband, I was on the damn show and my husband works for Fox. You don't think we know how ratings work? She kind of told Andy off. She said, listen, go to your corner, little bitch. Something like that. Kelly doesn't give a fuck.
No, she doesn't.
Speaking of which, I told you about my scary story and now scared the hell out of everyone listening. You're like, don't ever take my Louis. I'm very nice until you fucking steal something from me. And then it's like, I don't have no mercy. But you had some, now that you live in LA, besides sitting in the waiting room and having to put your phone away and seeing all sorts of like, shootout victims that are like, you have had some run-ins yourself with some Bravo celebrities on boots on the ground, Sarah, in LA.
Ketsui, sushi restaurant, Brentwood, Los Angeles. Camille Grammer, Friday night, walking in with, is Camille remarried? Very handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you.
Silver Fox.
Remarried, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He is very, very handsome. But David, these television, I swear, I almost wonder if they do these women dirty. She was stunning. Flawless skin, beautiful blonde hair. I mean, perfect blowout. She looked every inch the TV star. They came in and I was, of course, I always give David a hard time. I'm like, when are you having a child? David's like, quarter to never. Okay.
Quarter to never. I'm trying to get my son's stroller fixed, like pop it back up so I can throw him in the stroller and say hi to Camille. Of course, they like shoo her into the bar with her husband. So I missed her, but she looked amazing. She looked so good. Her skin was
like so silky smooth. I was blown.
Did they take her to like her table? Like, what was she eating at the bar?
It almost, I couldn't hear if they had a reservation or not. It looked like, and I could be wrong, it looked like they did not have a reservation and they were sort of seating them at the bar until they could find them a seat. The restaurant was fully, it was like booked. My husband swears that they like put everyone older to the back of the restaurant and they had everyone young at the front.
I wouldn't disagree with that,
These two guys were checking out my husband. I thought to myself, if it turns out that my husband has some like pictures on some gay website, that is it. Like it's a wrap. I'm going to exploit it all on my podcast. These guys were like checking him out left and right. I was like, excuse, like, Dan, are you on are you on Grindr? What's going on? I mean, it was a whole nother scene, David. And
I've been to Cutsy. It's great.
She looked every bit the TV star. And I thought I wanted to talk to her and say, you belong back on television. You look great. The cameras didn't even do you justice. I feel like they didn't even do her justice. And the other reality star that I recently met was Shaws of Sunset Mercedes, another person in real life, tiny.
I've met both of them. Yeah, Mercedes
I feel like
is small.
They shoot her with a wide lens, like on purpose.
Tiny. Okay, so now where did you meet Mercedes?
Okay. Mercedes, I met my friend who I feel like needs to be on your podcast because she does Housewives impressions. Andrea Lopez. She does a Teresa Giudice
She does a good Teresa.
She does a great Teresa. She was a part of the Giggly Squad podcast and here with Paige
and our ex Bravo celebrity Hannah.
Yes, thank you. And so Andrea made a little cameo and Mercedes has become a fan of hers. So Mercedes comes to the show. We meet up with Mercedes after the show. She had a lot of drinks. She was hysterical. She was so funny. She was so sweet, very, very kind, was like, are you Andrea's manager? I was like, close enough, close enough. You are amazing. I adore you.
Was she alone?
No, she had some of her friends. She had a couple of her friends.
Brandon Liberati, maybe. Her gay hairdresser who was on this podcast, and Craig Ramsey. I'm gonna have to look this up now.
No, I don't think she did. It was two other women. Anyway, she has the tiniest little waist. And I mean, she's got some kadonk like in the booty, but like, I was just like, girl, they don't do you justice on Shaw's. Like
What'd she say?
So much like different. I actually didn't say that to her. I wanted to, but they were kind of like on their way out. She was like, obviously I got to go home. And I was just like, how's Tommy? And she's like, Tommy's amazing. I was like, I'm obsessed with you too. I actually was a little starstruck with her. I love her. I love her body image. I think she's so great. I don't know.
She's another one who's, I think, real, but
she was really sweet.
When you say a few drinks, be honest. She had about 100
to the win. I mean, she was,